When I was a novice coin collector about 25 years ago, the very first display piece that I ever purchased from the store, which is still my favorite local coin shop, was this United Kingdom crowns collection of 1965 to 1981. And the crown had historically been the largest silver coin that the British had minted, but starting with around the time of George V, they only used these as copper nickel coins, and they were made not really meant to circulate, but to be commemorative pieces. But the one that I thought that most people cared about back then was this 1981 crown, which honored the wedding of Prince Charles to then Lady Diana Spencer, who, of course, is better known as Princess Diana. And so fast forward nearly 20 years, I wasn't really that interested in the royal family at the time, but it was certainly a shock to see the news story of the death of Princess Diana in 1997. So a couple of years after that, the British they no longer make circulating crown, or they no longer make commemorative crowns anymore. Instead, they make these. This is going to be about the same size as the crown coin that we're looking at earlier, so probably about an ounce of metal on here, but this is not silver. So it says, in memory of Diana, Princess of Wales, with her birth date of 1961, and she died in 1997. This coin was actually made in 1999, so it has a face value of £5. This was never intended to circulate. Although with a face value of $5, you could certainly be allowed to take it back to the bank and get your $5, well, I should say £5 worth of money out of it. But essentially what they were doing here is hoping that you would hold on to it as a collector's item. So at the time, you would have been able to go to most any bank or post office and purchase this for £5. And then it had a face value of £5. And so a lot of people, Princess Diana was a beloved figure there in Britain and around the world, and so a lot of people wanted to hold on to these. But yet, I had never even seen this crown, this crown-shaped coin, until a recent coin show. And kind of the odd thing about it was I saw it originally in a proof set, and they wanted $30 for the proof set. And I was very tempted to buy that, and if I had money left over at the end, I was going to go back and get it. Even though this was the only coin that I wanted out of it, I was willing to pay $30 for the whole set. And then lo and behold, I found someone who had the coin loose, and they had a price of $15, but I ended up paying $9 for it, which is pretty close to the going rate on it. But if I wanted to, I could always take this back to Britain and walk into a bank and get £5 of value for it. It's not particularly rare. Maybe the proof version is rarer, but I think they made as many of these as they thought people would purchase, and so I believe there's about 5 million of them. So definitely not rare, and especially if every single one that was produced went straight into somebody's collection somewhere. And so this one is scratched up a little bit, so it wasn't all that well protected. But you're not going to find this, let's say, in well-worn conditions. It is a little bit scratched up, but otherwise pretty good. Like any British coin, it's going to have Queen Elizabeth on the other side at this time. So this is, like I mentioned earlier, this is not silver. It is copper nickel. It has a Krauss catalog number of 997. And I thought this coin was so nice that I wanted to give it its own video. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.